AITA for not defending my BIL for missing the birth of his daughter even though I missed the birth of mine? So, my wife, 31F, and I, 29M, have 2 kids, our older son and younger daughter. My BIL, Josh, 26M, has just had a baby girl with his partner, Brad. On the day my daughter was born 2 years ago, I was with my other BIL, Dan, also 29M, when he was hit by a car. Understandably, he was in bad shape and I called an ambulance and his parents told me my wife was in labor. My wife told me over the phone to go with Dan to the hospital and that she'd be fine. She was more worried for Dan than anyone. We were both at different hospitals, my wife at the local hospital and Dan and I at a bigger city hospital, and it culminated in me missing my daughter being born while I stayed with Dan so he wasn't alone and I could keep everyone updated. Dan ended up making a full recovery with some physio and my daughter was born with no complications and I met her when she was a few hours old. Now, Josh and Brad had a baby due in late August but Josh had a vacation with his friends booked for July. Note, it was a vacation within the country and within COVID restrictions. Brad asked him not to go so close to the baby being born and I also advised him not to go, but he chose to anyway as he thought he has enough time. Evidently, he did not. Brad went into labor while he was gone and his daughter was born without him there. Like my case, it was a few hours before he could get back to meet her. The entire family is fuming at him because we all told him not to go on the vacation. He asked for my support because he thought I would understand, and I told him it's a completely different scenario and that I had no choice, and more importantly, my wife's permission. Apparently, he and his friends all believe that we, but more specifically me, because I should get it, are AHs because it wasn't his choice to miss the birth, because she was born preemie. I think he's the AH because there's a huge difference between the reasons I couldn't be there versus his reasons. I seriously don't get his logic, so I'm asking you guys for some more perspective. AITA? Edit, I didn't put this in the post to avoid any off-topic questions or transphobes, but Josh's partner is a trans man, not a wife/girlfriend/lady. Edit 2, I keep getting asked this, so baby was 5 to 6 weeks early. Edit 3, wow, this made it to Twitter. I'm amazed. People over there are getting mixed up and the Twitter account I made has been locked, so just to clarify, my wife has 2 brothers, called Dan and Josh. They are brothers, not in a relationship. Josh's partner is unnamed because as I said, I tried to avoid gender. Edit 4, last edit, I promise. I've gone back and named Josh's partner, Brad, to hopefully clear things up. Update. Well, I wasn't expecting the response on my last post. I thought some of you might like an update and a couple of people on Twitter requested it. It's a happy ending, you'll be glad to hear. I did send Josh this post and he admitted that he fucked up. Brad has reported to me that Josh has well and truly repented. Their baby girl is now 4 weeks old and Josh has been on night duty since she was a week old. He apologized to Brad, for not being there for him, and to me, for dragging me into it. Both of us forgave him, and it seems everything will be okay. Their daughter is a happy, healthy little girl and a very vocal one at that. She's apparently a big fan of yelling at her dads and not sleeping, so Josh is certainly receiving his karma. Unfortunately, she's yet to meet her cousins and most of the family thanks to COVID, but we receive plenty of video calls and photos. Brad also saw the post, and thanked everyone for their congratulations and support. He's recovering well at home and he's almost ready to start binding again as well as slowly returning to taking HRT. I'm sure some of you will be disappointed to hear that Josh has been forgiven, but that's just the way it goes. My niece will grow up in a happy family with 2 dads who love her, and hopefully Josh will never be so dumb again. Edit. Binding is the practice of flattening down the breasts with a special type of vest to make them appear non-existent. HRT, hormone replacement therapy, is injecting oneself with testosterone, for trans men, to give them more masculine features, or estrogen, for trans women, to give them more feminine features. Hope this helps. Edit 2. My history with wife's family and how healthy our relationships are. I do love that about my wife's family. I've been a de facto member since I was 11, when I met Dan, her brother, and started dating my wife at 13, so I still really respect the amount of accountability and conflict resolution they go through as a family unit. We claim responsibility for our idiots, and we love them. Her parents are now at the point where they say they have 5 kids, their actual children, my wife, Dan and Josh and then me and Brad, haha. Most of my friends think it's odd that my core friendship circle consists of my wife, her 2 brothers and 1 brother's partner, but it really just makes spending Christmas together really freaking easy.